What's up everybody, it's Jonathan from OT for Tech, and I know I probably went crazy with the intro there, but in any case I hope you enjoyed a little bit of an epic addition to your day. So in this video I'm pretty excited, actually strike that, I'm very excited to be cutting off the seal to my brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and give you guys my unboxing and first impressions. Even though it's really not that important, right off the bat I can tell you that the box, although similar in design on camera, is much smaller in real life than the previous version Note box, not that it's significant or anything. Opening the box is like a Jackie Chan kick to the retina because the very first thing you're greeted with is the Note 4 in its jumbo size glory, and I can just go ahead and tell you, taking it out of the box and feeling it, it is definitely a much more premium device than the previous generation. Let's move the tray out of the way that the phone was resting on, and underneath you're going to find some things, the first being some literature and paperwork, some stuff that you'll never read, some headphone earbud adapters in 3 different sizes, your data syncing and charging cable, your 3220 mAh battery, the S Pen replacement tips and tip removal tool, a 2-amp adaptive rapid charger that Samsung states that can charge your phone up to 50% from 0 in 30 minutes, and some headphones. Although I didn't record the sound, I'm going to go ahead and remove the plastic and open up the back cover, and underneath you're going to find a micro SIM card slot, an SD card slot expandable up to 128 gigabytes, which both have been better placed. What I mean by this is you can now access your SD card slot without having to remove your battery. And speaking of the battery, Samsung states that their new charger, which I previously said, can charge your device from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. I'm kinda doubtful about this, but I will be testing it, so make sure you follow me and stay tuned for my full review. While I place the battery in, I'll go ahead and go over the spec portion with you guys. The specific version that I have is the Exynos chipset because it's the international unlock variant. However, in the US, it will feature the quad-core Snapdragon 805 processor with 3 GB of RAM, the Adreno 420 for graphics, and 32 GB of onboard storage. It will be available on all 4 major US carriers, including Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, and AT&T, with prices being from around $299 on contract all the way up to $700 plus off contract depending on the carrier that you get it from. In terms of physical characteristics, on the right hand side you're going to find your power button done in a white paint over metal design, which looks and feels great and offers a good tactile design. The same thing goes for the volume up and down buttons, which are found on the left hand side, which again have white paint over metal and feel excellent. On the bottom you have 2 microphones which can be used for noise cancelling and to be manually controlled for voice recording. More on that in the full review. You'll also find your micro USB 2.0 charging port and your S Pen. Moving up to the top, it features yet another microphone, an IR blaster, and your 3.5mm headphone jack. On the rear side, you're going to find a tiny rear-firing speaker on the bottom left corner, which has been slightly improved over its previous generation. You'll find an LED flash, your heart rate monitor, and a 16-megapixel camera, which does feature optical image stabilization and is capable of capturing 4K video. On the front, you're going to find your multitask button, your home button, and your back button, which has an integrated fingerprint reader built into the home button. Moving up the Quad HD 5.7-inch display, you're going to find a 3.7-megapixel front-facing camera, which does feature a wide-angle lens for selfies, some dedicated sensors, an earpiece speaker, and your LED notification light. In terms of its physical design, the Note 4 really stands out here because the entire side trim is now done in metal with chamfered edges, and it's done in the color of your Note 4, as you can see. The white to white, the black will be to black, and they also offer a pink Note 4 which will have pink sides as well. Powering the device on for the first time is nothing special. It's the same old boot animation from Samsung with the same old setup process, which I'm going to go ahead and do off screen. I've got to say, this phone feels excellent in the hand. The metal truly does make a difference. However, unlike most reviewers, I have to say I don't really care for this year's plastic back. I do not like the way it feels. I would much rather have the same dotted pattern back as the S5, but that's just a mere personal preference. Other than that, excellent job Samsung for finally getting a good design. 2 thumbs up for you. Just for S&Gs, here's the iPhone 6 on top of the Note 4 to give you a size perspective, even though in terms of screen size the Note 4 is the same as the Note 3 coming in at 5.7 inches. Samsung loves the one-up Apple, you can tell by the commercials, so it'd be no surprise that the protruding camera on Samsung is much more noticeable than the one on the iPhone 6, but truthfully all Samsung cameras pretty much stick out and it's not that big of a deal. As I previously mentioned, the Note 4 does come with a heart rate monitor that was first introduced in the Galaxy S5 but seems to work a little bit better with the Note 4. It also has a Pulse Ox or O2 sat reader as well, which is pretty cool. Both can be accessed through the S Health app. You can also snap a selfie using the heart rate monitor now if that's your thing. The fingerprint reader has been improved in my first impressions and is a bit more accurate, although still has its hiccups. S-Voice has also improved and is quicker, but again, this is only after 1 day of use and the functionality could become limited as I use it more. The voice has also been updated and is much more natural and less robotic, but it sounds like a porn star. In terms of software, it's running Android 4.4.4 KitKat straight out of the box and of course features TouchWiz, which is loaded to the rim full of features and settings such as the multi-window feature, which has been updated and works much better, as well as all the other settings. If you want a separate video on settings and features, let me know in the comments and I'll throw a video up, otherwise I'll just include it all in my full review. Even though the design is excellent, that's not what has impressed me the most about this phone. It's the smoothness of TouchWiz. Samsung has finally gotten it right in terms of TouchWiz, at least with the internationally unlocked variant. It does not stutter in terms of performance, and I have only seen lag present in the Hangouts application. If you get the US variant, you'll have no worries about getting LTE. However, in the Exynos unlocked version, I was only able to get HSPA Plus on the AT&T network. However, this will vary on location. The S Pen looks very similar, however is a little bit more narrower or smaller. They have reduced the thickness of the S Pen to make it more comfortable to hold, and they did a great job on this. In terms of functionality, you still have the Air Command window, which has been simplified and changed a little bit. You have Action Memo, Smart Select, Image Clip, and Screen Write. Again, I can do a full video on all of these features if you like, just let a brother know. There is the typical S Note application and all of its connections available, which can be accessed right from a widget on one of your home screens. You can also use the pen to highlight and select multiple items and text, which has been improved and so far seems to work excellent. You can also highlight a specific word and use the onboard dictionary, which you'll have to download and look up definitions. In terms of camera software, it's the typical TouchWiz setup, lots and lots of features and settings and shooting modes. I will do a specific video on image and video quality as well as a walkthrough of all the camera features. If there's anything in specific you guys want me to include, drop me a comment in the section below and I'll do my best to make it happen. Let's talk a minute about that display. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's one of the best screens I have ever seen on a phone, seriously. The 5.7-inch Quad HD display, which boasts a PPI of 515, is stunning. Icons are clean and crisp, and as long as they are optimized, they look great. Text is incredibly sharp, colors are accurate, and when I say accurate, I mean accurate. Just take a look at the gamma test here. You have several different modes to choose from, including the adaptive display, the AMOLED Cinema, the AMOLED Photo, and the basic mode. I found the basic mode to be much more flatter but offer the most natural and accurate colors. But if you want that poppy color look, then go for the Cinema mode because man is it bright. They have added several new wallpapers and take full advantage of the Quad HD display and look excellent on the Note 4 as you can see here. Honestly, I was on the fence about getting this phone. I was just really burnt out on Samsung and TouchWiz altogether, and I came into this unboxing and first impressions with really low expectations because of the past. But you know what? This is an incredibly good device and I'm really looking forward to doing this full review and using this phone over the next few weeks. Well guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new content. And while you're at it, why don't you check out some of my older videos? You might like what you see. Follow me on all my social media networks to have a more one-on-one based chat with me, and don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. Of course, as always guys, thank you for watching and all your support, and I'll see you in the next one.